All right.
Go Birds, baby. Go
Nobody gives a
Birds.
crap. Nobody gives a crap about the birds.
Birds are back to
I
football.
mean,
These Cowboys.
listen, but even less people give a crap about the Cowboys. So, you know.
No, their fans are still.
Oh, I know.
This is
I know.
our year.
Most of them have stopped saying that, ignorance, but not all. All right, let's see. We're live. Let's make sure we got some sound.
We live, baby.
Got
We
some
live.
sound. Hey, one thing I learned last week was when we had that little outage and everybody kind of went to YouTube.
Yeah.
YouTube is like way more on time than Facebook. So Facebook conversation is way behind, and the YouTube conversation is not. It's not dead at that, but it's way closer to being, on time. So, and somehow, even when we're late, Kent Chrisley gonna pull in P1 every time.
Because he was waiting. He always is.
That dude's on it, man. I mean, if he could race like he races to the computer or his phone to watch us, I mean, that dude would be. I mean, he'd be the Wes Givens of wherever the hell he's from. So
I couldn't name a single time I've seen him race.
I, I've seen him, I think, once. So, yep, get your point. All right, got people jumping in here. This is the Pit Chatter Podcast, episode number 75. Hopefully, it's a good one. Kent Chrisley says he's our biggest fan, so glad we got at least one big fan. Everybody else hates us; they just watch us to see what ignorance we say and to say ignorance to us. So,
hey, hate us or loved us, they watched. That's all that matters.
That's right. That's right. I'm your host, Langley Austin, and I got my co-host here, Noah Hinchee, or, well, hold on, what's that say? Kyle Dudley's welder. Man, you're not worth much, are you?
I'm going to do better on that midsection next time.
Yeah.
How was the Pit Chatter Media commenting on our own live stream here?
I don't know. That must be Kim. I don't know. I'm not sure. Because Doc, he's probably on there, but he don't know. Well, no, he's not on that page. So it's got to be Kim. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not really sure how that goes. But anyways, episode 75. We'll see how this train wreck goes. Probably going to go for 2 hours tonight, maybe. We'll see what happens. May have a guest in the second hour. We'll see how that goes too. If my phone doesn't ring 3,000 times between now and then. Let's see. Of course, as always, presented by Yoder's Custom Meat Processing. And, well, Noah, you know what they say.
Can't beat that meat.
That's right. All right. Let's dive on in here, man. What a weekend. I had a long weekend.
It might have been long, but I tell you what, I don't know about other tracks, but at least in our immediate region, it was a great weekend for racing.
I think it was good, especially in all of our region. I think it was good. I think, with Raceway had a good event Sunday. Natural Bridge had a good event Saturday. From everything I could see, obviously car count's good for the American All-Star Crate Series there. So it was really, really good.
Yeah, I finally got my first trip to Natural Bridge this weekend on Saturday.
I mean, did you actually go?
Yep, we actually went. Granted, there was a few, maybe too many drinky poos involved, so I don't remember much.
Too many Pepsis consumed. I got you.
Not enough food eaten. That's what it really was. But
I got you.
It was a banger. I know that. I remember that much. It was a banger.
Yeah. Well, I hate that we're podcasting on Thursday night instead of Tuesday night. I know we're interrupting your Philadelphia Eagles while they
go Birds, go Birds.
Hopefully they beat up on the Cowboys. I mean, nobody wants to see the Cowboys win, right?
I got the Super Bowl ring on.
Yeah, out of your cupcakes from Food Line. Yeah, that's nice. That's nice. And I guess that's the reason why Christina Maggart says you're in a new location tonight.
No, that's because she's sick up there. I ain't going in that
Oh,
COVID
yeah, that
infested
ain't good.
house. I'm gonna stay right here and watch Eagles.
COVID infested. I mean, we got interesting places people are watching from. Josh Brown, he's watching live from the labor and delivery room.
Hey,
So
put us
that's
on the
interesting.
TV in there so all the nurses and everything can hear us.
Yeah, they don't want to hear this ignorance.
They'll get them
So
kicked out of the
I'm sure.
hospital straight up.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Man, we'll get to Franklin County here in a minute. Of course, it was the Sunday race, man. Ararat taking place Friday and Saturday. We had one heck of a weekend. Had a absolutely packed house on Saturday night. Had a good turnout for Friday. We had non-winners races and open practice, and it was really good. I think we had 12 late models on the grounds for practice. 10 of them competed in the non-winners race. Of course, one of them really wasn't eligible, and that was John Ruggiero Jr. Of course, he was just trying to get some practice in to head to Natural Bridge on Saturday to compete in the American All-Star Crate Series, which he led, all the laps except for the last two. So, but we had a great night Friday night. Good turnout in most of our divisions. I mean, as good as you can expect for non-winners races. It was a good night. Had a banger of a late model race. Dylan Watson and Andrew Langford put on a show, battling for the lead, and Dylan Watson won. Of course, Andrew Langford he can't win. I don't know why the dude just cannot win a race. I mean, he's finished second a couple times, and wrecked out after leading 24 3/4 laps, and he can't win. He can't even win the non-winners race. So maybe he'll figure that out at some point.
Hyping this guy up in the preseason before the year started.
Listen, he was good in testing.
I thought we was gonna have like a West Kyle Dudley situation where he was gonna win all the races.
No, we got all that with Nathan Walker. He's been the guy to beat in the late model division down there. But it was good. Ronnie Covey picked up the win in the modified division, and he started third, took the lead pretty early. Dennis Kirk finished second. Adrian Rosilli was third. Had 9 cars in that one. Crown Vics, we had 5 for the non-winners. Alan Ham picked up the win, and there was nobody there happier to get a win than Alan Ham. He'd been hitting the old Hinchee wall. We're going to call it the Hinchee wall because it was off turn 2, no matter what racetrack we're at. And he had been hitting that a lot, and so he didn't hit it, and got him a win. One of the fan favorites, Madeline Stamper, ended up finishing second. She did really good. If she'd had a caution, Alan would have had his hands full. Jamie Hopkins come home third in that one. Tanner Brumfield, of course, I would best describe this to people who don't know who that is, as that would be Bobby Gillespie's stepson, I guess. They're not married, but whatever. He picked up the win, and in the Stock 4 feature over Brandon Collins and Jacob Lauder. William Turner from Floyd, he had a great run, finishing fourth.
Pirates of the Caribbean.
No, this would be a 10-year-old from the Turner family farms up here in Floyd County. So Pro 4s had Dylan Warden pick up the win. Great race. Only 3 cars started the race, which, I've said for a long time, best race I ever saw. Doodle Lang, Dean Canaday, Pure Stocks back in the day. We had a good race in that one. Only really 2 cars going there for the win. Greg Golding trying to hold off Dylan Warden, and he did so right up until something happened to his car, and it kind of went away. So it happens. Came back, man. I'm gonna tell you one thing I want to say about Ararat on Friday night. We had a beautiful surface, and the lap times were extremely fast. I don't know what you're doing over there, but
I was trying to adjust the volume here. I almost knocked everything over.
But we had a beautiful surface, and lap times just kept falling. Thought we were in for a great surface on Saturday, and I guess we were. It just had a lot of character. I don't know if we got. We didn't pack it. We didn't. If I showed you the pictures, you'd understand the character on that one. what we did was we didn't re-prep the track for Saturday. I talked to a couple of people that know their way around track prep, and they was like, "Look, track looks good. Just pack it in and start watering it." And well, I think we made a boo boo. I think we messed
that
that
is
one up.
typical you. The
Yeah.
track's perfect on practice and non-winners night.
Yep. That I mean that is. I mean it's yeah. It is what it is. Beautiful, man. I'm telling you. Yeah, Friday the track was the best it's been all year, I think. And Saturday, well, it was not. Um
Yeah.
Blake Melvin jumping in here. He said the track was slick on Saturday. Justin Pruitt, he said the track was good. Rough track shows who can drive, and I totally agree with you. But man, I would have loved to have had that surface we had Friday night for the race on Saturday. I think we would have. I think we'd have been in for an awesome show. I think we had a good show, anyways. It was a lot of carnage in the late models. Daniel Parker from down in Rayford, North Carolina, took home the win. Joey Johnson ended up second, Dylan Watson third, Nathan Walker fourth, which that's Nathan Walker's worst finish of the season when he's finished the race. Bill Tesh came home in fifth. It was a good race. A lot of carnage, a lot of attrition. Travis Larson, he was there, this weekend, and he didn't get to start the race, and he was probably the luckiest guy there. So, I mean, if that says anything. So,
I need to
modifieds. Yep. What?
Are you not listening?
I'm listening to you. What'd you say?
I said I need to start learning all these guys. I've gotten a gist of a lot of them, but you keep rattling these names off, and I'm like over here trying to think of something to say.
Listen, I'm just learning them myself. Okay, so I'm in the same boat. Preston Blaylock, that's somebody I'm not learning because I remember him from the UARA days and the friendship days of asphalt. But he picked up the win in the modified race. Cambridge Gann got his best finish of the season with us, finishing second. Jake Barneycastle was third. Randy Poff came home fourth. Clay Shoemake with a good finish in the fifth position. A good field there, 13 cars, and we had 15 late models. Let's see. Crown Vics, Michael Whitlock held off Justin Pruitt. Man, they had a great battle. That race was interesting. Justin decided he was going to slow the field way down on the restart, and I started telling him, as they were, going green there, I was like, hey, man, we're not going to do that. Let's try to at least keep some sort of pace. We're not going to stop. And then he stops on the track, and I'm like, I didn't tell him to stop. What is this idiot doing? You know what I mean? No, it wasn't that at all. He come up afterwards and he was like, no, I thought I don't remember what he told me. He said, I thought I had something going on, tire cut or something. And so he had he had some sort of issue, and I thought it was my fault. And I was like, man, this guy's done lost his lead because I'm up here talking to him about the restart. And like, well, that ain't good. So, but anyways, he ended up getting beat by his teammate Michael Whitlock. They had just put that car together. So they did a good job there. Had 11 cars in that division. Justin Pruitt finished second. Alan Ham was third. Thomas Hensley, who used to run with us in Super Street at Franklin County, finished fourth. And Madeline Stamper was fifth. Let's see. Oh, and I see Blake Melvin's comment here. He said that we had 81 cars, total cars on Saturday at
What
Arrowhead.
about Nathan Mance's comment?
Big field there. I think we'll skip that one for sure. Yeah. Justin Pruitt said, thought I ripped the right rear off the bead. So, yeah, I thought it was my fault. I was glad it was his fault. So,
I saw a video of the Crown Vics, and I thought they were pacing at an oddly slow speed.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, yeah. Oh, he brought them down to a creep. I mean, he was real slow getting down there for sure. But it's all good. I mean, it wasn't really a big deal. It was just a little too slow for my liking. They were just kind of stacking up behind him, and I was like, "Yeah, we're not doing that." I give the leader a lot of range to do whatever they want, but we're not just gonna stop him down. Which I mean, he's doing what he's got to do, and I understand what he's trying to do, and I'm okay with it. I'm just going to make sure that he knows that we're not going to do that going forward. So, stock force, we had 18 of them on the ground, 19 of them on the ground. I'm sorry, 19 of them on the ground, and Grayson Coley from Locust, North Carolina, picked up the win. Austin Williams came home second after the disqualification of Dallas Griggs. He had a header on the motor that was not allowed by the rules. I seen where one of his team members said that he should have been disqualified, and they were okay with it. So it's always good when people take credit, and just say, hey, they just own up to it and move on. Ethan Atwell making his Ethan Atwell making his first start of the season, finished third. Jacob Lauder was fourth. Tanner Brumfield come home fifth. Stout field, really good field. Kind of got the points deal kind of got shook up a little bit. Austin Williams kind of got away in the points because TJ Smith ended up finishing 11th, and so he lost a bunch of points on him right there. I think about a 8-point swing. So probably looking like an Austin Williams championship.
You want to throw a drop race in there to shake things up?
And I mean, I'd like to, it wouldn't help me though. That's the problem. That would not help me. I'd have to throw
the hell out of the fans.
No,
a race that's close isn't really a race that's far away. Is really the other way around.
Yeah, we'll let you explain that here in just a minute. Pro fours. Now here's a source of a pain for me. The Pro fours, we had a good field. We had 15 cars. 13 of them ended up starting the race. Everett Dunlap picked up the win. Cody Verbos was second. Luke Golding third. Tim Ingram fourth, and Dennis Crook was fifth. Of course, you didn't hear Danny Henning's name there. $1,000 bounty on Danny Henning. Well, it got paid, and it shouldn't have got paid.
You ruined it. I was going to say a joke.
It should not have got paid. He was not on track. I don't know whether he pulled off intentionally or not, but he got wrecked at the start of the race by the guy who ended up winning the race. I don't think it was intentional. It wasn't no big deal. Yeah. Yeah, I see that. We'll talk about that here in a minute. But it is what it is. Good to see somebody else win, I guess. Bad to see the bounty get paid out under that circumstance. And then we had a little issue in
local billionaires. Just money everywhere.
Yeah. We won't discuss that. Had a little issue in tech with the second and third place cars. Honestly, from my point of view, they should have been disqualified. They were not. I try not to overstep my tech guy if I can avoid it, and I didn't. I can't remember exactly what they had wrong. Maybe the wrong intake or something. It wasn't the right brand or whatever. So they ended up second and third. They shouldn't have ended up second and third. Tim Ingram should have been second. Dennis Crook should have been third. So it is what it is. But good racing in the Pro Force. Really good to see a good car count in it too. The vintage cars showed up strong. We had 8 of those, which is awesome. That's a class that doesn't get paid. They're just there for a trophy, and like the driver gets in free. Had 8 cars there. Kyle Barnes making his first start there, and that is asphalt. Kyle Barnes, he's making his first start there. Got the win.
He picked up a win to watch this year.
Well, he's run 3 or 4 races. He hadn't run a lot, but he's run 3 or 4 races. He did good. Russell Daniel ended up second. Trey Baker was third. Ronnie Harris in the 01 car. It looked like the General Lee. It's like a big block modified, vintage big block modified. He won the modified portion of the race, but finished 4th overall. That Russell Daniel, I believe he was a little upset at the end of the race. That the vintage race was wild. Those guys were 3 wide at one time, and I mean they were all over the track. And he was upset, talking about it being a no contact division, which it isn't a no contact division. It is a no intentional contact division. I mean, I expect when you race hard, you're going to make some sort of contact. I mean, they were 3 wide when they made contact. I just expect that to happen, and I expect everybody to be okay with that happening. You know what I mean? So it's all good though.
Well,
good
if you
good
take
field.
It pretty wide, you got to know what's going to happen.
Yep. Good.
Don't
good
go to a track
that.
that's literally named a bull ring. Hell, you take it 3 wide, 2 wide, you're going to hit somebody.
Listen, I'm with you 100%. I'm with you 100%. So, I don't know. It is what it is. And I understand where he's coming from. Maybe he misheard me. Maybe he thought that it was absolutely no contact under any circumstances, and that was just not the case. It was just no intentional contact. And I don't feel like anything that happened in that race was intentional. Hate it for that '99 car, William Dalton. It really pretty car. He got spun around there. I don't believe he got to finish. So, but good racing and everything, man. And I'm gonna tell you, it was nice to see Andy Newsom was at both races taking photos, and he got some great photos of the crowd and the trackside parking and how the hill fills up there. You've been there a couple times now. I mean, the hill filling up there, it looks really awesome. So I was glad to get those photos and have those to look back on. So pretty cool weekend. Man, I by the end of that one, I was tired. I'd got my 2 days in, and I'm so glad that I did not have to do anything when I got to Franklin County except stand around and BS with people and watch the race. It was nice.
Sometimes it's more fun like that.
No, it's always more fun like that, okay? But somebody's got to run these races, so, and it's
it's fun being involved, but also at the same time, you wish. Like all those times when I was racing at Stock 4, obviously I didn't enjoy it when I wrecked out or something happened in practice. But at the same time, I also enjoy it because I would just leave the pits, go sit in the crowd and watch, and that was kind of fun to do. That's something I don't get to do anymore. I haven't done that for 3 years, 4 years.
Right. No, I understand.
See that? When's your next regular race?
Well, I'm gonna tackle that one. Okay. We'll get to Franklin County here in a second. Blake Melvin wants to know when the next regular event is. But we ain't never gonna have one of them. I'm never having a regular old race. I'm not having one. But our next event is September 13th, so that'll be next Saturday.
What's on the schedule for that?
I was working on the flyer for that. We got late models, modifieds, stock 4s, Pro 4s, and Crown Vics.
So. Sounds like a regular race to me.
There is no regular racing at Ararat. We have spectacular racing. So our next spectacular event is September 13th. We're going to get to this here in a second, but I'll pop it up on the screen since you laughed, and I did too. Lauren Yoder wants to know Noah. They said Noah can explain drop races after he explains the time cap rule to the fans.
All right, y'all buckle up. It's going to take approximately 35 minutes.
In 35 minutes, people will still be confused. I'm just going to go ahead and tell you. Lord have mercy. Anyways.
You should have been at the driver's meeting when Timmy was explaining the time cap. They was like,
I'm sure it was good. Nobody
said the stock 4 drivers are smart, but I think even if you were like Stephen Hawking, you would have been like,
they'd have had to been rocket scientists for sure. Brain surgeons. Something.
Yeah, it was pretty confusing at first, but I think everybody's got the gist now. Keyshawn definitely does.
Yeah. All right. I got the results pulled up from the Sheeler Motor Mile 250, Memorial 250 from this past weekend. But first, before we talk about the results, man, what a crowd.
I don't think anybody in that joint expected a crowd like that. I certainly didn't. I could see I stood in the tower until after qualifying. I didn't come down until it was time for the pit party. So I'm looking across and I'm like, man, it's pretty decent. A lot of people sit on the back. Yeah, I would say most people do. They prefer to sit back there than right there along the tower. But then I opened the door to the tower and the whole front right there was just packed. And I was like, we got ourselves a race, boys. And then you look out to the road, it's going all the way back as far as you can see. I mean, that was just awesome to see.
It was.
I don't know what the official numbers were, but to me, it looked like more than at the Smart Mods.
I think it was more than the Modifieds. Just, been there for years judging the crowds, and I would say that was more than the Modified race earlier this year.
Which is crazy because, it's no secret. Everybody, Franklin County, the Modifieds, that's when everybody shows up.
Yeah. Oh, no, I agree.
And a lot of those people, they won't come out to any other race. And I think a lot of them probably did show up for that one. I mean,
I don't think so.
Know where them people came from.
Most of the people y'all had there, and I hate to say it this way, most of the people that y'all had there, and Misty confirms that it was way more than the Modifieds. I thought so. But most of the people that come there for the modifieds, they got canes and walkers and everything else. You know what I mean? It's a bunch of older crowd that really enjoys the modifieds, and that was not the case. Sunday. Sunday's crowd was very young by comparison.
Well, I don't know if it's based on previous years, because I ain't gonna lie to you, other than this year, obviously this year, tons of interesting things happened during the Smart Mod race, not just racing related. But the last 2 years, the race has been kind of boring.
Yeah.
There hasn't been a whole lot going on, so I don't know if that had an effect or what, but I don't know, man. I never I knew there was going to be a bigger than usual crowd.
Yeah, me too.
Like destruction events, like you said, it's a totally different crowd, but there's a lot of people there. I was kind of expecting the same levels of maybe a destruction night. Hell no. They was like we was running the Valley Star Credit Union 300 at that joint.
Yeah.
I mean, it was insane.
A lot of people chiming in about the crowd, but Lauren Yoder, he says it was just a regular crowd.
How we get a flag already? Jesus!
Oh my God! Get out of the football game. We ain't talking about football.
It ain't even started yet. They did the kickoff. We already got a penalty.
Well, they gotta help. They gotta help the Cowboys all they can. So
whatever.
It's all good.
Yeah, it was a regular crowd. Lauren's right. That's all it was. Just a regular old crowd.
That's right. The Daniels Auto Glass Stock 4 division. Of course, your dad picked up the win in that one again.
Who's that?
Oh, you know who your daddy is.
Never heard of her.
Wes Givens picking up the win. Of course, Gary Smith finishing second. And you might know the guy who finished third.
I'm sorry. I think
oh my God.
Out over here. It's some loser kid. I don't remember who finished third.
Yeah.
I couldn't tell you.
I mean, I'm thinking that he's gonna, elevate the Hinchee Motorsports team, from just being okay, well, you being not very good, Josh being okay, and he's gonna be really good. Okay, that's what I'm thinking is gonna happen.
Well, he got a much earlier start. We're talking about Jacob Hinchee, of course.
Yep. And he's chiming in here. He said it was his best weekend, third, and signed some autographs in the pit party. Which I mean, I don't think you've ever signed any autographs, have you?
I've signed a ton of autographs. I have photo evidence. But yeah, he did a hell of a job. He busted Jaden's ass. I don't know what was going on with him, but he walked the dog on him. Turned as fast as laps he had in his career.
Yep, it's good. Y'all had that thing good and cheated up, I guess. What Hinchee Motorsports is known for. So
that's what it is. We cheated that thing all up.
Oh no, I'm kidding. He did a great job. I was watching the race. At first, I said, "Well, is Josh running that car?" I'm just, I heard, and I'm like, "Oh, man, he did a great job." So, Donald Clay chiming in. He said that he can tell us why most people was there Sunday, and that was to see Kyle get outrun. I don't know if Woods would have beat Kyle or not, but it would have been a great race at the end. Yeah, they would have had a good race because I think Woods might have been a little faster at times. And so
it's the same guy that told me he ran a 16.8 in a legal push rod car. So just save your opinion for the end, please.
Oh man, that's funny. That's really funny. All right, let's see. Next division, Super Streets. Jimmy Mullins picking up the win. Same deal, always.
I was surprised. Nobody saw that coming.
Oh, and let me go back and mention that Wes Givens, I believe, have y'all tallied the points yet? I mean, do y'all know what the drop races were? Did he win the championship?
We tallied the points. We did the points.
I mean, he came in down by 13 and won, even though he only gained like 2 points.
But he came in technically down like 80.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's right. You're right. Man, that's impressive. I mean, that's
what you get for having drop races. Drop races get a little weird. Some people love them, some people hate them.
Listen, my race pass fix all your problems. Okay, it would have calculated it for you, and you'd have never had that issue. Okay, just telling you for future references. My race pass. Anyways,
we had that issue. We did all the math beforehand. The problem is we didn't want to announce it publicly, but all them races was pretty much shored up.
Yeah. Oh, I know. You told me last week. Jimmy Mullins went in the Super Street. Taylor Ransom finished second. Hank Turman third. Daniel Hudson fourth.
What are we doing?
Taylor Ransom ended up winning the pole and winning the championship.
Yeah, he did. Came away with three wins, I believe, on the season. And everybody, I know, everybody was saying, oh, it's because Jimmy wasn't there. Jimmy wasn't only there for two of them. He beat Jimmy straight up on one of them.
Yeah.
And hell, he was probably about to beat him again, and Jimmy could say what he wants, but Jimmy straight up turned his ass this past weekend.
I missed that.
But everybody likes Jimmy, and he's a nice guy, so they were like, oh, he didn't mean it.
Oh, that's funny. Misty Meadows said she hates drop races, never again, and Demi said that that was his asphalt.
Whatever.
Oh, Lord. All right. Quit watching the game. Let's talk. Mini stocks. Scott Foley put on a dominating performance. I was not expecting that. Doodle, I guess, had some sort of problems in practice or something, ended up fourth. Kyle Dudley was second. And, there's some controversy there. He was sort of second, maybe not, to A.J. Sanders. Transponder location question, AJ finishes.
I ain't gonna lie. I was trying to be nice to AJ because he's obviously he's like, I don't know who's bigger in the mini stock world in this area than AJ is.
Nobody.
I was standing right there on the line. Kyle got him. I don't know why he was sitting there arguing. I guess because he thought his car was longer. I don't know. Kyle got him by about 4 or 5 inches. The splitter on the bumper is what he got him by.
Yeah.
But
it wasn't much, whatever it was.
He swears that he didn't, but he did. But I mean, Doodle. I don't think because we did the math beforehand. Doodle knew he had already locked up the championship. He had been having problems. I don't think Doodle was super concerned with trying to push that car super hard for that race. Just to, you could break some again. So
yeah.
I mean, Scott, though, I talked to him before the race, and he knew the same thing, that it was pretty much locked up for Doodle. But he wanted 2 inches. I don't even think Timmy was standing there.
Listen, story of my life, 2 inches.
Yeah. But, Scott, I talked to him before. He basically wanted to prove a point. He wasn't happy with the whole drop race thing because clearly, if it wasn't for the drop race, it would have been a whole different story. And I think they were 6 points apart, going into that race.
Yeah.
Only takes 1 inch to win, baby.
Yeah, I mean, don't even take a whole inch to win. So, oh Lord. Oh, Lord.
Ridiculous. But Scott wanted to prove a point. And I think so he went out there a little more motivated. Then again, I mean, it helps when you have Kyle and AJ back there in second and third.
Yeah.
Super hard battle, side by side. He was doing his own thing up here.
Yeah. Comments are turning into episode 69 over here. Anyways, let's get off that. Good field of mini stocks, man. 15 of them. That was a stout field.
Is that true?
Best of the year, I believe. I mean, if Doodle says it, I mean, he's probably right.
Timeout. Here's a question for Timmy. Usually the tiebreakers wins. What the hell would we have done then? A 5-lap drag race?
Second places. That's what you fall back to next.
No, that's boring. We don't reward first losers. I say we put them on the line, 3-lap spectator drag.
Only in Franklin County. Yeah.
That'd be the perfect place for it, man.
Anything else about the mini stock race stand out to you? Talk about
car count.
Yeah, well,
where the hell have you guys been all year?
Yeah, I mean, where were you?
Dude, I mean, I feel like the mini stocks do this every year. you have the same like 5 core guys that show up every race. And then all of a sudden, in the last like 2-3 years, or last 2 or 3 races, they show up in force like I don't understand. Where have you guys been all year?
Not at the track.
Now I get AJ and his people. I get that, but what about all the other random people? I mean, I don't know. But
yeah, I mean that's only 2 of them. Everybody else is local, so.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah. If y'all could do that all year, we'd really appreciate
it. Yeah, Josh Brown says a lot of people showed up for their debut on the last race of the year.
Yeah, pretty much. That's what happened.
Now, listen, they were getting practice for the non-winners race this week. That's what it was.
I guess.
Bandoleros, Leland Wheat coming home with the win. Man, that thing would fly once he got up to speed. He couldn't get started, but once he did, that thing would fly.
Some of the worst restarts I've ever seen in my life. It probably wasn't his fault.
Listen, welcome to Bandolero racing.
That thing was so slow. But the other ones was taking off on him.
Yeah.
And I don't know how the measurement works. They had approximately 10 bando lengths on him, but it would take a lap and a half, and he just, there he goes.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, for sure. Grayson Givens, his first race there, I believe.
My favorite interview I've done so far.
Yeah, he's going to be a good interview every time you talk to him.
He got up there. He was wanting to talk shit. He didn't even know what about.
Yeah, he
already forgot what happened.
Yeah, he gets it honest, so it don't make any difference. But he did a good job. Jason Wheat finished third, and Bobby McMaw, Mike McMahon's son, he came home fourth. Bandoleros are always fun.
Dude, if we could get more of them down there, that would be so. The crowd was loving every minute of it. I mean, obviously, and they go nuts for the bike race, too. When you get kids out there, everybody loves it. And I will say, that's the first time I've ever seen them. I don't think, I think I wasn't paying attention. I was at one practice where they were there. Those bandos are moving pretty quick. They ain't no joke for the small sale.
They are. I'm going to tackle this comment here. Josh Phillips, with one of the dumbest comments ever. In real life, like the region that we are in extends into North Carolina. Josh Phillips' question is, how is a guy considered a mini stock legend when he and they don't even race up there, and they used to? Just saying, we have guys just as good as AJ. Just saying, there's many people that are on a similar level with AJ. Doodle Lang would be, obviously one of them. Having raced a lot, but I mean, AJ wins pretty much everywhere. I mean, obviously he didn't win there this weekend, but he wins a little bit of everywhere, all up and down the coast. I mean, we can have a conversation, but let's have a real one. I mean, let's not just throw out, craziness. Got many wins at Franklin County. But one of the most traveled and successful mini stock drivers in this entire region. I
hate to hurt his feelings, but you ask any average local racing fan, name one mini stock driver, I guarantee they're going to say AJ Sanders.
Yes. I mean, for the most part, I would agree.
He is the guy for mini stock racing. Sorry, y'all don't want to admit that, but it's true.
Yep. But Josh said there's other guys just as good as him. Some of the North Carolina, absolutely. I mean, yep. Nathan Vance, he called him Chunky, but I mean it's Chucky. But is another good one. 100%. Kevin Cantor, another great mini stock racer. I mean Chuck Wall, Robert Stramiska. The Knipes. I mean, there's a lot of good ones. So, I mean, I'm not taking anything away from anybody, but I mean, there's nobody who travels more, and there's nobody who wins more than AJ. So, all right, Legends Cars. Charlie Beals picking up the win, and I believe some extra money from having run at Shenandoah the day before. Chris Lilly finished second, Gary Smith third, Keyshawn and Danny Lilly rounded out the top 5 of 6 cars.
Yeah, there ain't much to say about that race. I mean, Charlie Beals straight dominated that race. They threw the green and it was over after that. Go, buddy! Sorry. Will Shipley, look at him doing work. Yeah, but I mean, besides all that, Gary getting his first championship.
Yep. Gary picking up the championship. Yep. It's good. It's good for him.
Yeah, he was super excited about it, and Gary,
I guarantee it.
He's super talented. He's trying to work his way up into a big car here soon, and I'd imagine that's probably the first of many championships that Gary will get in his career.
I would say you're right for sure. Stock 4 race number 2. I'll tackle it before we do the limiteds here. Here's where the question of time cap rules. WJ picked up the win. I don't know. I wasn't there. I didn't watch the race at this point. WJ picked up the win. Heather Fackler was second. John Songer third. Scott Ulrey fourth. Chris Shepard fifth. Tell me about the time cap. Keyshawn getting disqualified. I'm guessing he was in the G5.
I guess Keyshawn didn't understand how it works because he was running full tilt the whole time. And I think it was like laps 3, 4, 5. Immediately set the time cap and he was out. And he can thank me for that because Timmy was worried about mini stock tech over there, or maybe he was limited tech. And I said, "Hey, Timmy, look at these times right here." And then he had to immediately make a call. But yeah. WJ said he knew what was going on. He was trying to play the game. And I did notice that because that car was running a little bit slower than it usually does. But yeah, so Keyshawn ran over time cap, got black flag DQ'd.
Yeah.
WJ took her home, man. First race for him in a long time.
Yeah. I mean, the old black guy getting the black flag.
Black flag for the black guy. Go Birds! Touchdown, baby!
I'm glad they're going on defense here. So, good to see WJ back in the car.
Can I make a BP? I'm sorry, the Bud Lights are running through me.
You do whatever you need to do there.
You need my list? It's on a McDonald's receipt.
Hey, you're high class, bud. You are high class for sure.
It was the only paper I had.
Yeah. WJ chiming in here. He said chess, not checkers. Good to see WJ back in the car though. It's been a while. So let's see. I don't really I like time cap racing. I'm just not sure about disqualifying in the middle of a race, or if they had an understanding of that, or Noah's explanation there about it. I'm not really sure. Not really sure. I like Highland Rim Speedway does a version of that I really like, but of course they use race receivers and they leave. They let them race as long as they don't go over the time cap on the last lap. That would be the only time they could be disqualified. But they tell them on there to go back a position or back 2 positions or whatever it is. So I think it's a great way of doing it.
We just knocked our setup over. Don't worry about that.
Yeah, that would be a breakout rule at Highland Rim. Yep, you're right. Noah.
By the way, Jacob was mad as hell about that.
Yeah.
He didn't know that he had run too fast in the first race and got himself DQ from the time cap race because he wanted to win that one. But
yeah. Christina said there's no need to announce your breaks there, brother.
Yeah, well, I figured it'd be pretty rude if I just get up and leave in the middle of the show,
I mean, you got Timmy here with a commercial for WJ here. He said not only can you ride with WJ now, you can run with WJ.
WJ's missing the opportunity to start selling race cars too. Now you can win today with WJ.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Gary Smith said that's a great thing for Jacob to be mad about.
You think that, but he seriously wasn't happy.
Well, yeah. I mean, I'm sure he was looking at that as a potential opportunity to win a race. Yeah, sure.
I guess he knew after he practiced on Saturday or Friday or whatever it was that he pretty much had that locked up. But I don't know. It's a good thing to get DQ from.
Nathan Vance, he fell in love.
All right,
Lord
this
of
guy's
mercy.
starting to worry me. Hey, can we back?
Oh, listen, he is something.
Get this guy out of here?
He is something. All right. Anything else from Sunday? Get you thinking about, got on your list on your McDonald's receipt.
The whole limited race.
Oh yeah, damn. I skipped over it on my thing here. Damn, and then I meant to go back. I'm sorry.
You was ready to move
All
on.
right.
The whole point of the Sunday's race. You like,
Yep.
no matter.
Yep. Limited sportsman race, 100 laps. Got the main portion of the show. Kyle Dudley looked like he was going to be the guy. Qualified on the pole, led some laps there early, but as your name says there, he needed a little bit of welding help.
A lot of cautions early too. I was starting to get worried because we tore up a lot of cars. They were still running, but not. They were pretty much out of contention. I remember looking up at like lap 35 when we were pacing, and that was like the third caution of the night. I was getting worried. I told you I'm look like I remember what race it was, but it was a couple years ago. I remember Tyler Ashley was there, and it was just a shit show. That's what it reminded me of. But Kyle. Everybody was, they were trying to be nice, and Kyle was winning that race. There was no. I don't know. The longer the night went on, the better he was getting. But then, Kyle Dudley's welder, who I think is now fired, by the way. Kyle Dudley's looking for a welder. If anybody wants to send him a resume. Yeah, some weld snaps, drop some lead. What a terrible way to go out.
Yeah, well,
nothing
Lane Woods
really broke.
Right, Lane Woods was glad of it.
Oh, I'm sure he was.
He
took the lead from him for a couple laps, but
I told everybody that's because the flagman and the race director were asleep when he jumped that restart. But that's a whole nother conversation.
But they were awake during that Bandos restart. That's for sure.
oh, they had that one down bad for sure. They missed the limited one, but they were on it on the Bandoleros for sure.
But yeah, it didn't take but probably 3 laps for Kyle to get that lead right back from him.
Yep.
And he didn't do it nicely either. Well, I guess depends what your definition of nice is. He moved them up the track and took it right
for
back.
For Kyle, that was nice. Ask Bobby Gillespie. For Kyle, that was nice.
Depends who you are.
Yep, that's right. Lane Woods picking up the victory. I believe he was raising money for cancer, so I believe $3,000 going that way. He didn't get the bounty money. So that would have been another $1,000 toward the kids.
I can't remember what he told me when he got out the car, but there's some crazy number like 13,000 they had already raised or something like that.
Yeah, that's awesome. Landon Huffman finished second. Chandler Gallman finished third. One thing I hate from being a local guy, I hate to see non-locals. Which Lane Woods is a local, even though he doesn't race local. They're from Benton or Stewartsville or whatever it is over there. So Drew Bond got fourth, Dennis Holdren fifth. Hated to see Tyler Hash and Charles Smith get their cars tore up. Charles Smith, that's a beautiful car. Well, it wasn't so beautiful afterwards.
There was a lot of cars that weren't so beautiful after.
Yeah, for sure. Timmy chiming in. Timmy Meadows, he said, best night all year. Very little drama for once. That is unusual there for sure.
Yeah, especially on like pretty much our biggest race of the year, other than the Smart Mods, our biggest local show. For there to be no, I can't even remember a time anybody was crying.
Yeah, I agree with you. Lauren Yoder, the race director, he's chiming in. He said he only jumped by about 2 foot. Well, 2 foot equaled, cleared race car off of turn 2. So,
how much did the Bando kid jump it? What's the measurement on that one?
a lot more than 2 foot. Grayson Givens
a whole
was
turn.
getting it. Yeah,
he jumped him by turn 3.
Yeah, something like that. So, let's see. Kim Harris says a lot of people were happy Kyle broke. Heard the cheers. I'm sure so. Listen, when somebody wins every race or close to every race, nobody wants to see them win. Nobody likes a winner when they win that much.
The crowd went nuts.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't. And it's weird because I kind of thought that most of the people liked him there. I guess I was wrong. I mean, I'm sure those same people that were cheering they broke, they're the same people that when he goes to Martinsville and races, they're going to be like, yeah, it's my guy right there. He races in Franklin County.
Yeah.
I'm sure it's the same people, but.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure.
There were a lot of cheers when he broke and pulled it in. And it looked like they were going to fix it for a second, and then they pushed it into the parking stall, and that's when everybody went nuts.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Timmy Meadows said less than 1 bag of dirt. He means stay dry. Used on Sunday evening.
Yeah, it was a dry event, mostly dry.
Talking about your bandoleros, Josh Hinchee said Wesley Givens told Grayson to go, and the boy went. He definitely went. I mean,
he sure did.
Listen, I thought it was great. I thought given the way that the 18 was not that fast on the restarts and would catch up to him anyways, I'd have let that one roll on. Would have been great.
Well, as we both said in the past, you get one warning, you might as well use it.
Yeah. Lauren Yoder says the boy that finished third, that was Gallman, was faster than Landon Huffman. He said his grandpa ran one race there in the 70s. Gotcha. Let's see. Chris Amos, he said the same people booing him, talking about Kyle, will be cheering him. Stay fake, people. And that's
exactly right.
Somewhat true.
At Martinsville, if he goes out there and win, they'll be like, that's my hometown driver right there from my track.
And he could very well go down there and be very competitive. I mean, pole sitter last year. He's finished, I think, as high as 8th before. I mean, he could very well be a real contender. Ricky Campbell.
Sit down, boy.
Ricky Campbell talking about Lane Woods. He said people like seeing 14-year-old running with people that years experience and showing out. Yep, for sure.
I don't know what I expected, but the kid that got out of that car, I was not expecting him to be that small.
Yeah. Listen, as you get older, they get younger, okay, and smaller and smaller. It's just the way it works in racing.
So. I guess that's what I was doing in my mind when I was 14. I was like, I'm a grown man.
Yeah.
That kid that got out hit, that was a child.
Listen, no offense to you, and nobody would believe this looking at you now, but when you came to Franklin County for the first time a couple of years ago, hell, I thought you were 14, okay? I was like, this poor little kid, he needs all the laps he can get.
That's because the fat makes you look younger. People still say, they're like, I thought you were 18. Flag!
Oh, man. Wilton Maxey wants to know how late in the season will Franklin County Raceway run? It's about over.
Yeah, we got this week. Look clean to me. We got this week with the non-winners in the Grand National Series, and then we got, I believe it's the 20th, will be the Smart Mods. And that ought to be it for the year, boys.
Yep. Timmy Meadows said the Outlaws are back.
Non-winners.
And of course, Lauren Yoder said the Outlaws have done found freedom.
The Outlaws have been freed.
Yeah.
Not the important ones, but
poor guys get cut out of championship night. I mean, they really wanted to be a part of that good crowd there, you know.
It would have been awesome to see, you know, the old Hinchee Motorsports machine not in the wall and parked in Victory Lane for that one.
Well, the way that Hinchee Motorsports machine had been going, I don't know if you'd have seen it there.
At Garwood, I'd have right reared him, sent him head on the wall, totaled his shit.
Listen, let's just be honest. You are not skilled enough to right rear anybody.
But I'm going to try.
You'd give it effort right as you drove yourself into the wall for sure.
I tried with Ryan Wheat one time in the one stock 6 race I ran, and I accidentally hit him too close to the too far forward, and it ruined it. All it did was cut my tire.
Emily Coe chiming in. She said Junior needs one of those bandos. Junior needs to learn how to read. That's what Junior needs to do. Okay. So, whoops.
Put him in a bando.
Here you go, Noah. Lauren Yoder's in with you. He wants a Christmas race at Franklin County.
Talk to Timmy. I've been pushing him about let's do one more event. I ain't gonna tell y'all what it is, but if you know me, you know what it is.
It's a turn 2 wall hitting competition.
Yeah. Trey might
throw
have
their battery the furthest.
If he can do it just like he did in that burnout competition where he just turned and went square straight right to the wall.
Yeah. I could see it.
Yeah, I'm with you, Lauren. I'm trying. I'm politicking.
Yeah. We'll see what happens there. Let's see. Dakota, she says she agrees that Junior needs a bando. Somebody else need to buy it because I'm not buying it. I'm just telling you now.
Why would you say that? Because I guarantee you, like in 2 weeks, somebody's gonna have Junior bando.
I mean, they need to buy it, and he's gonna have to read me a book before he gets started. So
we'll find him a book that he can read.
Yeah,
Grayson can't read. He's
listen, I ain't Grayson's parent. Okay.
Who needs to read when you're winning races?
I mean, they're all in on this Christmas deal. Lauren says that you needed to be, dressed up as Santa. Kim Hares says a dirty Santa race. That would be interesting.
Wes does that every time he goes on the track.
Oh my
Surprise!
God.
Right rear. Nicely scarred total.
Dakota said she'll make a GoFundMe and tutor Junior to read. I can promise you, if she's tutoring Junior, he's not going to learn how to read. That is not where he's going to be looking. So,
no, he ain't gonna
sorry about that.
He's going to be asking her on dates like he was at the banquet.
Oh, Lord. Scott Farrington jumping in said Thanksgiving Thunder at Ararat. We got a bunch of stuff coming up. We got the Dirty Turkey Derby at Ararat. That'll be the final race weekend.
Can we do it like football, where when they win, they get to eat a turkey leg?
I think it'd be great. Yeah, sure.
That's a tradition that needs to extend past football. I don't know why it's just a football thing.
Yeah. No, Nathan Vance, with one of the few comments that I can actually add on here from him, says schedule a big bang banger race in December at FCS and have it snow, sleet, sun, clouds, regardless.
The problem is that's a great idea. I agree. The problem is a lot of people are scared of that. I think that again will just be the Wes Givens show. He'll be the only one that wants to do that.
I mean, you're probably right. So. Probably right. WJ says Christmas in Callaway lead to parade right to the Speedway.
I hope Timmy's listening to all this. These are all great ideas. Jesus Christ.
Chris Amos wants to know who wants to run his Outlaw 4 this weekend. Don't let Noah. Whatever you do, don't let Noah.
I'm okay in the front wheel drive.
Okay. You
it's
make
the rear wheel drive I need to stay out of. I got the hitting the gas when you get loose part down pretty good. That's something Will Stevens never learned.
Jesus.
And a couple
you
of
gotta leave that poor guy alone. Timmy Meadows said, and I'm not sure if that's an intentional misspelling or an accidental misspelling. Yeah, he said Noha can dress up as Noha.
I don't know what he was going for there.
I don't either. Dakota said, "Want to get? She wants that $100 back that Junior gave her for her nails. No chance. No chance of that one." Austin Willard said, and he's talking about your chicken leg. He said the loser gets the neck.
Or the ass. Like on Norbert, who ate that turkey.
All right, here you go. Christina Maggard wants to know: are non-winners races this weekend paying?
Yes, they are full payout, guys. So come on down.
It's an interesting strategy. Timmy Meadows said, "Let me get through haunt season," and then he said, "I'm dyslexic, fools."
Yeah, that still doesn't explain what you were trying to say there.
Oh my God. WJ Altizer said, "The ghost of Will Stevens."
Yeah, that kid sucks. I hope he stays a ghost.
All right,
and all the people that helped him, Hausman, Yo Daddy, all of them. Bunch of idiots.
Oh man, I got to send our guest.
If he ever comes back to race with us, I guess I'm not going to be allowed to interview Stock 4 that night.
Yeah. You're out on that one. So.
Oh well.
Yeah, let me send him a text message.
Who? Will Stevens?
Jesus.
You trying to talk to our guest here?
Yeah, he's going to be a bit though. So he's on his way home from the old Oak Level Raceway. So that'll probably tell you who the guest would be. That would be.
So we're going to have to do a 4-hour stream because we're waiting to get home.
Oh God. Who WJ is on crack tonight. He said the three wise men: Noah, Timmy, and Langley. I mean, smart ass.
Three wise men should be me, Timmy, and JC. Because I specifically remember I went to go watch a fight during the IndyCar race one time. Keyshawn hid behind us, and next thing I know, me, Timmy, and JC are the wall defending Keyshawn from the very angry Hearts that he had just destroyed their car.
I mean, who thought it was a good idea to protect Keyshawn? He needed his ass.
I went to go watch, and next thing I know, he slips through, and they're like looking at us, and I was like, "Whoa! I came to watch. I ain't a part of this. Y'all want to be the go for it."
He needed his ass whipped that night. So
that one was pretty bad.
I mean, he would have deserved it 100%.
But then again, it's IndyCar, man.
I mean, it is. It is. Hey, I got a subject we can talk about while we're waiting here, and I got some results from Natural Bridge and With we can talk about too. But one subject we can talk about the registration for the 10K to win Stock 4 race came out yesterday. I think we're gonna take the first 60 entries. I think we are right at halfway there right now. In 28, 29 hours, whatever
60.
time. Huh?
You're only letting 60 in?
Well, here's my thinking, okay? Let me explain to you. I'll explain to you my thinking. I mean, I can run it, with just Stock 4s there the entire weekend. But I'm thinking we need like something to break up that to have time, some time, instead of the fans just sitting around waiting. So that's what I'm thinking about doing a Crown Vic that race that weekend. And I can fit at that point, I can probably fit 40 of them on the grounds. So I'm thinking, if we did a big money, Crown Vic race, maybe we could get 40 of them, tie them into the weekend.
You're dwindling the cars down on Friday.
Well, no, I mean, we could have the Crown Vics there on Friday as well.
I don't know about that. I disagree. I think y'all should let as many as sign up.
Well, we'll see how it goes. If we fill up the 60 by like the end of the week or by next week sometime, which we very well could, I will probably, I'll probably continue that and go up on that number. So I think we can fit so we had 81 cars there this past week. I mean, obviously we can fit 81, and with a little bit smaller haulers, because the late model guys and modified guys got some big haulers. Maybe we can fit 100 total cars. Maybe we were using the field out front, whole different pit area out there, um, on on Saturday night. So I think we can fit 100 cars in there. Maybe, I'm not sure. That place is tiny, though. If you haven't been, it's tiny. I mean, I know you've been. You know how tiny the place is as an overall. So
I'd say put as many as you can get in there.
let's see. I'm trying to pull up the thing. See
How many
entries.
mains are we gonna have?
Um.
You gonna have
Well, I guess it depends on. It will depend on how many entries we have. So. Um. Josh Hinchee wants to know: do the rules for that race vary from what is on the website or what they have run all season? No, they are the exact same as we have ran all season. So,
yeah, I don't want the Hinchee Motorsport cars to show up.
yeah, it needs to be there. Christina Maggard said 100 would be a good start count. Yes, we're not starting 100. Okay, we're starting 20. Well, I think we may end up starting 28, but we've got 27 starters that we're planning on, and I believe Bo Miller can chime in on this. I believe he's going to have a Oak level provisional. Oak level's putting up the $10,000, so should be interesting.
Y'all gonna have to get a scoreboard down there or something.
Yeah. We definitely need a scoreboard. Keyshawn Clater, he said, I heard my name. What I miss? Well, you didn't hear your name.
You
Somebody
missed
else told
the
you your name.
rules meeting about the time cap races. What you missed?
Yeah, that's what you missed. No, I said that the night that you wrecked Trevor Hart, I said that you needed your ass whipped. I hate that they protected you. So that's what I said.
He protected himself. He said that he went that way.
Yeah, I know. Wilton Maxey wants to know if you can pit to the left after the entrance. Yes, that is exactly where we pitted this past weekend. So that was full. Just it was full because they weren't parked exactly straight. Should be full. I would say it'll be more than full for that event, especially if we end up doing two classes. Man, Timmy, he's up on my rules. He already knows what my rules are. He didn't know what my rules were when I ran Franklin County last year, but he knows what my rules are this year. At Ararat, he said no LSD, but we can weld the spider gears for that race. Yes,
Timmy, you probably shouldn't bring up LSD ever again.
Yeah, he should not mention LSD. Oh God,
just don't talk about
it. Oh man. Wow. Yeah. So we're basically that class for us that we call Stock 4 is basically CHA rules. So the Southeast Hornet Association rules. We have a couple of variances in there, but not very many. It's a pretty good rule set, especially for dirt. I think it works really good. Me and you talked about this before the show, Noah, at Anderson Motor Speedway, which is an asphalt track in Anderson, South Carolina. This past weekend, they ran a CHA race. I believe they had 29 cars, if I'm not mistaken, for that race. I have to look that up, be sure. But that's a heck of a field. And the guy who runs the series, I talked to him yesterday, and he told me, or maybe 2 days ago, when I talked to him, but he told me that a lot of the guys changed their transmissions to have an open instead of a welded diff. And the guy who won, he had a welded diff. So that was
I was kind of the mind too that also that wouldn't work. It'd be too hard on it and it'd break. But I guess not. But I still kind of feel like you're taking a crapshoot on that.
Yeah, I mean, well, I don't guess they had a whole lot of them, get messed up there. So they had 26 cars at Anderson, and Joey Kelly, that's who won with the welded diff. So
Screw Seha. We need to unify all these tracks around us, and we're going to create our own thing.
Listen, that's how you can best unify them, in my opinion. I think every track in this area should be using that rule set
because
because it gives an opportunity for people to do a little bit to their cars. It's not completely stock. I think it's interesting. So I think it's a good set of rules.
You should experiment with an outlaw division.
I will not. So I might actually hold on. Let me take it back.
I didn't think it would work for us, but it actually ended up kind of working.
Yeah. SCDRA is sort of that way on dirt, and they draw the biggest fields anywhere. We just don't have a lot of SCDRA cars right immediately around us. We do have some, but we don't have a ton. So I think that, yes, that could work. Like, especially on some one-off events, that could work for us. Wilton Maxey said, you need more parking for when you bring Lucas Oil Series in. Yeah, it's not happening. That's, $100,000 show. And there ain't $100,000 worth of anything at Ararat. Okay. So, I mean, we would have to take a serious loss to make that work.
You'd have to take a second mortgage on the property.
Second, third, fourth, 12th, all of that. So
get rid of the ball, Jalen. Okay, we're running in. Touchdown. Go Birds.
Yeah. And we'll, while we're waiting on Bo to get on here, we talk about with Raceway. They had a great turnout this past weekend. They had the 602 mods. J.R. Davis picked up the win in it. The Super Street division, which is my favorite. It's one of my favorite on asphalt and dirt. Randy Taylor, old man Randy Taylor, picking up the win. He's been racing there since the beginning of time. Pro Minis, which is basically like mini stocks. Derek Ferris picked up the win. Travis Quisenberry won in the U-Cars. And I tell you, I've been surprised that I've had no more than the handful of maybe one or two of their guys enter the 10K so far. I anticipate that we're going to have 10 or 12 of their cars to enter the 10K, but we haven't had them. I believe the Tates are coming, and probably Daniel Wright and Quisenberry and Will Hostetler, which I don't know what we actually call him on his on my race pass. Kim put him under some other name. Ethan Atwell, who raced with us Saturday, he raced there. On Sunday, finished 10th. He's going to race with us in the 10K. He's already entered. Our first entry was Chris Meadows, who runs the CHA series. So this is not a actual CHA race, so he can come and compete in it. Crown Vics, Justin Tate won again up there. I think he's won about all of their races this year. And then, of course, they had the American All-Star Crate Series. Hayden Cardwell picked up the win in that one. Natural Bridge had 602 late models. Ryan LaRue, I believe that was his first win of the year.
Car, baby. Parking that thing in 3 lanes.
That was a good-looking car, too.
Oh, it was.
Sharp, bright orange, really good-looking car.
Stood out from the rest of the field. I hate it when these guys, a lot of people just go black or white. I really like it when a guy has a unique, I mean, that orange pop, that was the one car that caught your attention out of the whole track. But 20 car, baby. Parking that thing big.
Robert Tyree, who's raced with us at Franklin County before, he picked up the win in the pure stock division. Of course, most people would remember his dad a little more for the crash where he went flying out of the car.
You know what's funny is when we were there, he came up and talked to me.
Robert or his dad?
No, God, no, not his dad. Robert. He came up and talked to me, and I didn't know who he was. He came up and he said, "I watch podcasts and stuff."
Yep.
I said, "We driving?" He said, "I'm driving the." I don't remember his number from
11.
He said, "I'm driving the 11 in the pure stock." I said, "Oh, all right." And then I pulled up. I paid for my race pass just for that race because I've never messed with it before, and I want to look at it. And once that race started, I looked at the name. I said, "No way, dude."
Yeah.
Because I mean, I kind of had beef with his father my first year.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah. I
he
understand.
almost killed 2 innocent pedestrians.
Well, yeah, they were in the wrong place, but that's a whole nother conversation for a whole nother day.
Innocent number.
Yeah, well, yeah, for sure. Um, before I finish the results there, Wilt Maxey asking if the CHA and the SCDRA are the same rules. They are the exact opposite of the same. So one is mostly stock, and one of them is not really stock at all. So, and there's nothing stock about a stock car, but they're about as close as you can get. I guess.
The only thing that's stock on the SCDRA is probably the frame.
Yeah,
and not even that. They chop them up and tube them half the times. And
yeah, I don't know. I don't know about that part of it, but yeah. Jeremy Steele won the 50 lap Pro Late model race. I think it was 7,000 to win there at Natural Bridge. John Ruggiero Jr., who I mentioned, was at Ararat Friday testing his new car. First time he'd been in a Rocket. He'd been running Longhorns. He led all but the last 2 laps, I believe, and ended up 4th. Let's see, what else did they have any other divisions there?
The mini wedges.
I ain't got. Oh yeah, there you go. Addison Rhodes picked up the win in the mini wedges, and that was an 11 car field in that. So
those poor kids, I noticed they probably have the worst case of whiplash. I mean, I guess those cars don't have any suspension on them.
Yeah.
So you can see them things just going down. I was like, holy hell. But yeah, they were cool to see. I mean, the whole night was. I get what you were saying. I haven't been in since 23 at the very beginning of 23. I get what you're saying about very efficient run.
They did a great job.
It was bang, no BS, just straight. Let's go and let's get the hell out of here, and that's what it was. And it was a hell of a show.
Yeah, I don't say this as a slight to anybody who runs a racetrack or runs a dirt track. I feel like Natural Bridge and Ararat are 2 of the absolutely most efficiently ran dirt shows that I've ever been to, and I didn't think we would have had that efficient of a show. We just found some sort of magic there. Got a great staff, and they do too. They have a really good staff up there. WJ Altizer wants to know where you can find the CHA rules. Well, you can find the CHA rules on the CHA website.
Google CHA rules, maybe.
But if you're looking specifically for the ones that we use, which is a slight variation of those rules, they're on araratbullring.com. Just pull up the stock 4 rules, and you'll find those there. So
the only I only had one complaint about Natural Bridge, and it wasn't even really. Yeah, I'm assuming everybody knew. I just didn't know because I hadn't gone there with the. I guess because the drag strip was running, they kept the back stretch was a separate.
Yeah,
it was through the drag strip. I wanted to go sit on the back stretch. I didn't know that. We pulled it through the front, but whatever. That was my only gripe, and that's just because I didn't know. We kind of had to sit in a crappy spot off of turn 1, but still, even sitting there, banger of a race.
Yeah. Well, I guess she figured out how not to comment as pit chatter media. Kimberly Austin, she said, your wife as race director was the missing magic piece. Yeah.
On the contrary, I think that's the one bad thing at Ararat this year.
Yeah.
You ought to let me come direct a race one week.
I think that's a horrible idea.
I still want a track to do the officials race. I think that'd be a banger. You let the drivers be the officials and the officials race for 1 week. Somebody make it happen.
I think it's a terrible idea.
I call dibs on being race director, and as soon as Lauren takes the lead, competition caution, throw it out, put it out.
Before he even gets back to the line to actually lead the lap.
Yeah. Yeah, put him back in second.
That would be good for Lauren. So I don't know specifically what she's referring to, but Christina Maggart said, "Shut up, Noah."
I've been hearing that all my life.
From her, probably.
Yeah, that's what I meant, from her.
Yeah. Yep, for sure. So
she made me pick up trash off the side of the road when I was a child one time.
That's awesome.
Like a convict.
I mean, you got Josh Brown. He said he's got calls dibs on the flagman, so he wants to be the flag man. So
time out. We got to decide the best official spot. Who's going to be the tech man?
I mean, do you really need a tech man for that position?
Oh yeah. Yeah, because I'm going to pull a Donald. I'm going to put the thing on there. It's going to be half a degree off. And I'm going to say, man, it pegged my gauge. It pegged
it. Oh, my God. Kim Harris said, bring back the blue races. They were good. Unfortunately, scrap sucks right now. And it's not been the perfect oh
my God, get him!
Scenario to do that.
I have been trying to figure out a way that you could do a guns and hoses race.
Yeah,
I've been trying to think of where you could have teams like firemen versus. I don't know how you do.
You just got to have enough cars. That's the biggest thing. If you could find the cars, man, it would work. I mean, it would be great too.
I mean, people love them guns and hoses things. They have like a softball game, place is packed. They do the hockey game at the Berglund Center, packed. People love them guns and hoses, man.
Yeah. Timmy Meadows said that Josh Brown might be needed on the 20th, so for a flagman. Wesley Given says he's the tech man.
If it's stock appearing,
he's good with it. If it's stock appearing, he's good with it.
That's his middle name, Wes Stock Appearing Given.
Yeah, Misty, she just found out about your name, so
I didn't pick it. I just signed into the thing and it just put it on me. I don't know what happened.
Jesus. Yeah.
I figured I'd apply for the job since the past guy was fired, probably.
Yeah. How's your game going over there? We get an update on it while we wait on Bo. He's about, I don't know, 8 or 10 minutes away here.
Well, we're letting these. I almost said a whole bunch of things that would have gotten this canceled. It's going good. Go Birds. Yeah. We're second half team. Go Birds.
Timmy said that Jay might have to go plant potatoes. That's why he needs a might need a flagman on the 20th. Which, I mean, you got a flagman there from Smart Modified Tour, so I don't think you really need that. Wesley Given said, won't be none of that stock appearing stuff. I mean, he wants that for his car, but not for everybody else's.
What anybody else does is not okay.
Yeah, looks stock to me.
Kind of like that time he beat Gary by a mile, and then in his interview said Gary was cheating for sure.
That's typical. Very, very typical.
Yeah, he dropped it. CD Lamb sucks. What a loser.
Josh Brown wants to know who's running mini stocks this Saturday. I mean, there ain't been many people that have won, so everybody's eligible.
I'm trying to think. Isn't it only Scott and Doodle?
Scott, Doodle, and Dennis.
Dennis won the big race.
Yep. I would believe that would be your only 3 winners.
Oh, you almost picked it off. Yeah, Scott, Doodle, and Dennis. I think that's the only 3. Y'all might have to correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that's it.
I believe that's correct.
For stock 4, it would just be Jaden, Gary, and Wes.
Mm-hmm.
Limiteds, it would just be Kyle and Drew.
Now, how does that work? So I know that
I don't even know how we're going to have a race.
I mean, I don't think you are. How does that work? Like, so if you can run So somebody could run somebody's car who's already won. How does that? How does that work?
I don't know. I didn't make the rules on this one. Maybe Misty or Timmy can verify that in the comments. I have no idea.
Oh God! Too much left side weight. Timmy Meadows said we'll have to put Langley in Wes's car, then let Wes take it so we can find what he's cheating on.
You know what's funny is that would be some shit that Wes does.
Yeah, he would disqualify his own car. I believe that.
He'd be like, I know exactly what to take.
I believe it. I believe that for sure. For sure. Wow. So here's a question for you. So like, damn, I just forgot what I was going to ask you. Right mid sentence.
Good.
I mean, you think I'd be the one that was drinking Pepsis instead of Diet Coke? I mean,
speaking of drinking Pepsis, I was about to take a break again. I was told I can't say what I was taking a break for.
Well, can you hurry up?
Oh, yeah, because we're waiting on Bo for 3 hours, man.
Yeah. He's liable to be in here before you're back, so be sure to close the door.
7 o'clock.
So Timmy says that Kyle can't run any division. You can only go forward, not backward. So, I mean, why can't Kyle run? He hasn't won a mini stock race, and he's been running mini stocks all year. Why can't he run that? I don't understand. So, I mean, he can run the rest of the season, but he can't run that race because he's won a late model race. I'm confused. I mean, so as Wes Given says, Keyshawn Clater in the 8. Wes, are you trying to say that Keyshawn's going to be in the 8 mini stock? Because the only question we had in here was, who was running mini stock. So I'm assuming that you mean that Keyshawn's going to be running your mini stock. So that'll be interesting. Oh yeah. So here was my next question, and I guess so. And Timmy, maybe you can answer this for us. If a guy has won in the time cap class, which I guess that would be Trey and WJ and Heather, maybe they're not eligible for the time cap race, I'm assuming. I mean, I'm thinking I'm gonna get a headache thinking about that.
That comment just broke my brain.
I mean,
stock for stock.
What in the world?
What?
Oh my God.
It's the time cap race all over again. Lord have mercy.
I don't. I mean, I guess that ends that. But Misty said that Kyle isn't coming to run anyways. He's putting all of his energy in Martinsville. Well, I mean, he doesn't need much energy to show up to run a mini stock race. Let's just be clear there. But
that is true.
I mean, I don't know. I don't know. Been watching the World 100 when I could, in between. It's been an interesting night.
Oh my God! Pick up the ball. Jesus. This is getting out of hand.
Wesley Given says expect Keyshawn Clater in the 8 in the stock 4 division. So
I don't make that. I feel like a defending champion probably should be allowed.
That was a whole nother. I think I asked you that on the phone. Is how can the defending champion run the race? I'm confused.
Yeah.
Non-winners are meant to be fun. They're not meant to have a whole lot of rules. So I mean, I guess I get it.
It's supposed to be fun for the other people.
Well, listen, technically the defending champion at Ararat, because they haven't ran since 2021, won the non-winners race in the late models. So, I mean, does that count? I don't really know. That's 4 years.
Does it feel good beating up on the little guys?
You'll have to ask Wes that because he's been doing a lot of that. So,
Wes feels great about it.
Yeah.
God. What school did Keyshawn go to? I ain't won this year. Jesus.
He's got Ebonics down, okay? in spelling and speaking. So, Lord.
All right. Well, payout for the stock 4 class just dropped to 0.
I mean, it
What?
should.
We're just going to have to put Timmy on.
But I gotta know why. Okay, but why? Timmy says we don't want Doodle Lang, Taylor Ransom, Dennis Holdren, running stock. I assume that's running the stock 4. Why not? Man, I would love to see
those are the exact
all
guy.
3 of those in
Kyle Dudley.
Oh, 100%. That would be great. It would be absolutely great.
It's Kyle Dudley. Actually, I had Kyle Dudley. He was in on running an IndyCar on our destruction night until we figured out it was the same day as the big South Boston late model race.
Yeah.
If it wasn't for that, he was in.
Yeah. I mean, why would you not want those guys in that race, especially that difference? Going from a late model down to a stock 4, boy, it would be very interesting because I don't think they'd run near as good as you think.
And putting a modified a mini stock guy in a limited, I don't think there would be much of a difference. But you take any of those guys and put them in a front wheel drive, they're going to be like deer in the headlights.
Yeah, I mean, there'd be a big difference between the mini stock and the limited, but
maybe if some of those guys had started, I'm not sure how many of those guys had started in a front wheel drive, but like some of the older guys that have never drove a front wheel drive, on a racetrack, they would be terrible because it's a whole different. It really is its own separate style of racing.
Oh God, Peyton Ramsey. He come in. He said those guys work on their equipment too much, so we got to create something for everyone else.
One of these guys.
It's the way racing works now. It's the way racing works nowadays. So
I guess working is synonymous with cheating the hell out of. I mean, that's what all these guys keep saying. Oh, I just work on my car. Yeah, you work on it too much. Be putting shit in it that ain't legal. Yeah, y'all. Another. We got to get ready for Bo. Apparently, he's going to be on here in a minute.
Oh, he's here. Hold on, he's here.
Oh hell!
Let's get old Bo Miller in here.
Bo.
All right, we got the man, the myth, and the legend here.
Did you see what I labeled myself as?
I've never used that. I've been wanting to use that, but I never have. Now I know what it looks like.
Yeah, there you go.
Got to be the CEO of Keeping It Oak Level, y'all.
Aren't you just the CEO?
Yeah. Well, I'm glad you got some use out of that hat. You're not wearing your John Deere hat tonight, so that's good.
Let me tell you why this hat doesn't get worn that much. It's because it's still clean and it doesn't have that much sweat and dirt on it.
I see dirt on it right there on the corner.
It's got a little bit on
dirt right on the corner.
But it isn't a white hat that's brown or a black hat that's now brown. It is now still a wearable hat.
He's bombing it.
Yeah. Boo! This guy's over here watching a football game. He ain't even on the podcast anymore. I don't know what happened.
I mean, he's just keeping it at level. I mean, that's what he's doing right now. Sometimes you just have to do
go Birds, baby. Go Birds.
Lord. All right, Bo. So, for those of you who don't know who Bo is, Bo Miller is he's a Facebook content creator on the Miller Brothers Racing page.
Oh, I am.
Social media influencer.
Isn't he like Rousey's brother or something?
Yeah, Brian Rousey's cousin. Yeah.
Hope Brian's watching, man. I hope he's doing all right. I know he's got a lot going on right now down there at the steak shack down there. And, I just hope he's doing good. We are looking forward to having him come up and announce at Ararat. I think he's probably coming up for the World Championship 4-cylinder race. Brought to you in part by Oak Level Raceway. We're excited to have him.
That's right. Yeah. You've missed it, but we've been talking about the 10K a little bit. Got a bunch of entries in. Looking about half of the 60 is in now. So I mean, we're rolling along.
So we want to do a qualifier sessions and then go into heats to set the field. Is that how we're planning on running that? Or, I mean, are you ready to even announce that?
I mean, basically, so I'm thinking Friday will be practice and qualifying, and then we'll go into heat races, directly into heat races. I don't know it depends on how many entries and how everything works out as to how the rest of it's, rolled out. So
if we end up putting a cap on it, though, we should have that thing pretty much figured out as far as how the system will go pretty soon.
Yeah, for sure. And we may not, if we get to, like I was talking about earlier, if we get to 60 entries really quickly here, we may not cap it. We may just open it up and just have that as the only division for the weekend. The idea behind having just 60 is, if it's a hard to attain number, then let's add another division in there. That way we have some sort of other racing going on, and it can kind of break up the show where we're not dead at any point in time. You know what I mean?
I don't see how we could possibly be dead with that many stock fours, but I'm sure stranger things have happened.
Yeah, well, I just mean that
T-shirts.
Yeah, I just mean that we don't want to have breaks where we're not doing anything. You know what I mean? In between, guys running and coming off the track and giving them a minute, and you know what I'm saying. So.
Well, I'm excited about it. I think we're going to get a great turnout. I'm hoping that the weather at least doesn't freeze us halfway out. I'm glad that Oak Level's being a part of it. Thank you for the opportunity to allow us to be a part of that and, kind of put our name out there. I think the main thing that we've got to get out there now is I want everybody to stay excited about what we've got going on. And part of that is sponsoring events like this,
Right. For sure. Let's dive into Oak Level a little bit, man. You've been doing a ton of work down there, and it looks great. But, there was this little bitty meeting last week, and they said no. So tell us where we stand with Oak Level Raceway at this point.
So at this point in time, I can't officially talk about anything as far as it being official. But where we are kind of unofficial is attorneys are working in the background, just trying to get all the I's dotted and the T's crossed, just because when things do come to light, people's feelings are going to be hurt. People's feathers are going to be ruffled, and we're trying to keep it to where, it doesn't put on a bad light for the county whatsoever, and it doesn't make us look like a bunch of, people that just don't care about, our neighbors and our friends around the track there, and just the timing of it. So once we can everything kind of nailed down to what, the who, the when, the where, then we'll do a formal official announcement. But I'm here to officially announce right now, we are going racing in 2026. We are going to have a 20 race season. At least I'm looking to try to hopefully be able to do 20 races. I mean, it may be a couple here and there that may not happen just because we are going to work hand in hand with ARAT next year as well. But that's kind of the goal. Going to do a ton of other special events, looking to have monster trucks, tractor pulls, horse pulls, things like that. But as far as the meat and potatoes of everything that's going on, I can't get into a lot of details other than French Grime saved Oak Level Raceway, and I hope and I pray that eventually one day somebody can say that Bo Miller or Langley Austin saved Oak Level Raceway, because I'm telling you guys, y'all don't have to believe me. There will come a time where these things do not come back out of the weeds.
I agree 100%. So since you can't really talk about, the details of how it'll become official eventually, let's talk about what work's been done there already, man. I mean, when me and you went there, I believe it was at the end of July. That place was a forest. I mean, that's literally all that was. There was a forest with some grandstands and a tower and some other things sprinkled in there, but it really wasn't a racetrack at that point. And well, now it's a racetrack, and you guys have worked diligently and really hard to get that place, back to being what people remember Oak Level Raceway for.
So the first thing that I've got to just recognize everybody that's been a part of it. So my right-hand man, Gerald Wolf, has been, a key factor in helping get the ball rolling and getting this thing started. But on top of that, it's just so many new people. So Langley, you and Kim said, you're going to meet a guy that's going to change your life. And I'm like, really? You know, I mean, at this point in time in my life, I just don't meet a lot of folks that, you know, that gratifying, I guess, so to speak. In comes Jimmy Mullins. And I'm going to tell you guys, I literally just had dinner with Jimmy Mullins. It doesn't matter where we are. He is Jimmy Mullins. And so Jimmy has been a huge part in the labor and being an operator and helping keep things picked up and just all the jobs that I don't have time to do. He's been the guy that you throw in there and he does them great. The other thing that Jimmy brings to the table is he just thinks so well. So, I mean, if there's a problem or a wire or a line, like tonight, we're sitting in the tower and Jimmy's like, I believe I know how the water gets to the tower. Sure as God made green apples, he went over there, changed a couple of things around on one of the well pumps, diverted water to the tower. While he's at that well house, he gives me a call on the radio and said, I believe I found out where your speaker wire goes across the track. Inadvertently, we find out where now the power goes down and across the track. And it's not where we thought it was. And so that's great. We originally thought a lot of that had gotten ripped out and stolen. So, I mean, Jimmy is just somebody to have there. With Jimmy comes a whole herd of good old boy business owner expertise from, you know, people that are good at working on equipment to, you know, electricians, tree cutter people, plumbing folks. Just if you need something done and Jimmy don't know how to get you that person, more than likely you need to think about what you need done. I don't think you need it. But just the group of folks. And then my personal friends, my good friend Adam Lawrence, to folks that are just coming out of the woodwork now that are throwing their hands up that say, hey, I'm an electrician. I've got a digger truck. What can I do? I mean, just it's wild. It's wild. And so that's where we are. So where we at as far as the track stuff? Track is clean. Track is graded. We could literally race there probably this Saturday. There's some more shaping that has to be done. So Perry Brown from With Raceway is going to be coming back and helping us, trying to blow everything out as far as the turns to get things wider. A wide racetrack promotes good racing. Facility-wise, the pits are clean. The spectator parking has got a lot of brush and debris in it. We've got to get all of that pushed back to the back where we're going to stage that stuff up so it can dry out until it's ready to burn. But that part of the facility is about the only part of it on the grounds that needs to be attended to. The actual facility itself, the tower's gutted, the concession stands are gutted, the bathrooms are gutted. They're all going back. So I did a couple lives this week where we showed the LVL beams going in. We're going to have a big giant window in the front of the tower and big windows put in on the side. And per Kim, she wanted a window put in on the back so she could look out and see the folks in the pits. All of that framing has happened. Metal has been ordered, so metal will be here next week. All of the lighting and the electrical and all that stuff's been purchased. It'll just all start happening as it's going back together. Once we're done with the tower, we're going to start finishing out the concessions. I've got a company coming in that's going to do epoxy on the floors and the concessions and floors in the bathrooms. Again, I'm wanting all of that to be completed in the next month. That's kind of the timeline I've put on my guys and on everybody that I've called. I talked to 2 different flooring people. They told me there was no way they could get it done. The third flooring person I called, I said, look, I'll give you twice of what you would charge. Can you get it done? He said, we can get it done. And so, yeah, my goal is this time next month to be able to come on here and tell you guys facility-wise as far as tower and concessions are done. Now, in the meantime, we're going to bring on another crew, hopefully either starting next week or the following week to start tearing bleachers apart and putting new wood on the bleachers and getting them ready to go. So the ultimate goal is we have an event that I'm going to try to get going in November. It's going to be an agritourism event that we're going to promote and help another local. I guess it's a nonprofit organization that does some horseback riding for folks, and looking forward to announcing that. But my goal is to try to have everything facility wise fairly wrapped up by that date in November. But lots of things, I've got good folks behind this, good folks helping it, good folks promoting it, and good folks that are actually doing the work. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean it's coming along, man. I mean it's amazing to see the difference there. You're live from today that showed the tower. The tower looks amazing. It's going to have a great view out the front of the tower there for scoring, announcer, everybody who needs to be in there. It's going to be really good. Um, in the comments here, Wilton Maxey, he wants to know if any decision on Friday or Saturday night for Oak Level.
Yeah, we're gonna race on Fridays. I know Langley's not a big proponent of that, and we've talked and we've discussed, and we actually threw it out to the crowd to come to our open house. Friday nights are going to be our night. Now, does that mean that we're not going to race on Saturday nights? Absolutely not. But no, Friday nights is going to be it.
Yeah, well, I mean that's the tradition there. Friday nights has been the traditional night that Oak Level has previously thrived on. So, I mean, it could very well again.
I'm hoping it does.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, yeah, sure you are. What?
Actually, I really don't
what
care
else?
if it does or not. We're going to have so much fun doing what we're doing. It don't matter. If everybody wants to have fun, they're going to come over on Friday night.
That's right. That's right. Oh, it'll be good for sure. No doubt about that. I know we can't really get into classes yet. We ain't got that far along. What about a test session? A lot of people are wanting to get on track before this year's over with. I mean, is that something that can happen?
Yeah, absolutely. And so, yeah, once we get everything, so the plan is right now, Perry's coming back now Monday. I've got a bunch of dirt that we pulled off the bottom of the track that we need to do something with. And so we're going to hopefully come up with a plan for where that's going to be. And
bring it to Franklin.
I didn't hear you.
You can bring it to Franklin County. We need some for the smart mile.
Oh, I heard. Well, I've actually seen a video of the guys throwing dirt out on Franklin County not too long ago. But anyway, once we get everything after this Monday, we're probably going to be able to have a more definitive date on what that's going to look like. Just really critical that, I feel like it gets shaped by somebody that knows how to shape a track. And when it comes to any of that stuff, Perry Brown's the man,
Yeah, man, he's like a dirt scientist. I sent him some pictures from Ararat from Saturday, and I mean, like he's telling me all kinds of things. He's really talking way above my, intelligence level when it comes to dirt. But I understood most of what he said. He's really good though. I mean, dude's, he's probably the best in the business when it comes to that.
Well, he's got systems in place that come from years and years of learning and learning how not to do it. And that was one of the cool things when I actually reached out to him. He said, if I can tell you anything, it's going to be what not to do. And I'm like, well, that'll save me a lot of time. And as everybody knows, time is money. So glad to have him. Huge part of our team and is definitely pointing us in a good direction. Sounds like both of our tracks in a good direction. So
yeah, absolutely, for sure. All right. Is there anything else about Oak Level that you can talk about? You want to talk about? You want to get out there?
Absolutely. So we've got a lot of cool things coming up, and I want everybody to understand one of the primary, purposes behind Oak Level is to get it back going and bring it back as a staple in the community because our community is what's going to drive our track. So I want everybody to understand that we're going to have events there that are going to be designed to help bring a positive light on the community. Now, something that I've been thinking about, and we haven't talked about it yet, and I got to actually meet with the sheriff about it, but I think we are going to allow fighting. I'm very much looking forward to it. And I think that the deal is that if you want to fight, that you're going to have to do it on the front straightaway. Now, look, Jimmy Mullins and I were talking earlier. Apparently, Whitey used to have a wrestling ring somewhere.
Oh, yeah. Turns 1 and 2.
But anyway, I think when I talk to the sheriff, I just want to find out if there's another release that needs to be signed or whatever. But we're actually going to put up some actual prize money for fighting as well. So, first off, it's got to draw blood. Second off, if there's knockouts involved, then there's probably going to be a little bit more prize money for a knockout. But here's the deal. If you don't want me calling the law, or if you don't want one of our 3 or 4 law enforcement officers that are on scene to cuff your ass and stuff you, then it has to be done on the front straightaway in front of everybody. So,
dude, I can't tell. Is this a joke or are we being for real? Because if this is real, I'm coming every night.
100%. I just need to make sure that the sheriff is okay with it, honestly. And I haven't spoke to him yet. So, but once we get that, that was actually a topic of conversation this evening. Fighting is part of our sport. Fighting is part of our heritage, and we should be able to kick the shit out of each other and not worry about going to jail, right? Well, if you want to run your mouth and not your car, then you better be ready to back it up. So that's going to go down. And I think if we get back to the roots where, you initial that you're not going to sue whoever, and you initial you're not going to sue whoever, ding, 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 ding. Let's settle it like men. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, it's probably only going to last 30 seconds anyway. So
I know I just threw a freaking curveball to you. I can tell by your face, bro. Maybe we should discuss things more before we come on.
Well, I just want you to know
throw it out there.
You have just now catapulted yourself to my favorite person in the racing community. Just like that. That's all it took.
So look, I mean, here's the thing. We're not always going to be happy with one another, and we got to agree to disagree. And there's a lot of folks that like to take things physical. Let's race car money. You know what I'm saying? Late model, if you're going to have a nice steel hit late model, you're going to have, I don't know, 40, 50, 60 grand in that joker, right? Let's not use those things and tear them up, right? Let's just settle it like men, right? And just meet out there on the front straight away. We'll get the flagman out there. We'll throw the green flag on it. I mean, whatever. But I think that the famous mouth running and a lot more, fist throwing, right?
Right. Michaela Pitts chimed in. She said, "I'm showing up with nothing but a cooler of beer and some popcorn every Friday night."
Dude, this is going to be awesome.
Michaela, listen, I'm going to request that you please save some room for a bologna burger, because we're going to have some of the best bologna burger you've ever put your lips on, I assure you. In the world of cylindrical meats, I consider myself an expert. And listen, I'm going to tell you something, and this is no joke.
I don't think it came out the way you were hoping it would.
We're in Henry County, y'all. Henry County is the king of the hot dog. So you better believe that we're not going to come out with some half-cocked ass hot dog and some cheap ass bun. We're going to have quality products that are going to be delicious, that are going to withstand the test of the Oak Level Raceway.
Half-cocked cylindrical meat.
I'm telling you, I mean, we're not going to get these things at Sam's. That's what I'm basically breaking it down to. I mean, this is nothing but the finest of lips and whatever, Speaking of
Wilt
that,
Maxey chiming in again. Go ahead.
All right, I'm sorry. Go.
He said he still has a small wrestling ring. Just saying. So,
man, I don't know if we're going to have the time to actually set up the ring, Wilton. But I mean,
put it on a trailer, and you just roll the trailer out there real quick. They fight, and then you roll it right back out.
So here's the deal. All right, here's the deal. Per my grandfather, I don't have to worry about time. Don't have to be worried about that whatsoever. I am going to keep my commitment to our neighbors that we're going to be done at 11 o'clock. What we may have to do is make sure that our racing is done, but at 11 o'clock, if we're not making engine sound, maybe that's when the Fight Club breaks out. And y'all remember the first rule of Fight Club. What? Nobody talks about Fight Club, right? So maybe we just know it's unspoken. After it's all said and done, bring your ass to the track. Settle it like men right after work. We're going to have a good time.
Anthony Heron wants to know, can fans fight too?
If we can get the proper releases signed and I can get my attorneys to be okay with it, but I don't want to sound like, look, I sat down the other night and had dinner with Langley, and we were somewhere in Timbuktu between here and there. And we talked to another track owner, and he was telling me that he couldn't do nothing, buy a water truck because his attorney told him that he couldn't buy a water truck. My first advice to him was, you need to fire that guy and hire you another attorney. I don't want to sound like I'm all worried about everything getting sued and lawyered up and this, that, and the third. So, I mean, if we can get a system in place to where you can sign something and say that, and somebody's feelings aren't going to get hurt and try to, do something, I don't have a problem with it. What do you think, Langley? I mean, if me and you sit there and we beef in the tower, can I challenge you to a duel on the straightaway? Crickets.
He's done disappeared.
That's
internet
fine.
or yours. I'm not hearing everything you say. So,
you're froze up over.
I didn't.
Bo, it's me and your show now. He's gone.
Wilton Maxey really wants to bring this ring out. Wilton, I'm not. Maybe we do it like they used to do it at Franklin County and let it stay in the corner.
Yeah. Josh Brown wants to know about spectator drags.
No, I doubt that very seriously. I'm not going to say a hard no, but I can already tell you about how my insurance company feels about spectators and people being remotely close to the infield of our track. So, I don't know.
So they're all right with the drivers beating the hell out of each other, but spectator drags is where we draw the line.
I haven't even run this by the insurance
He ain't shared that with them yet.
Yeah, I haven't shared that yet.
Yeah.
Preferably nobody else out here will either.
That'll be another policy.
I might be off of that unit tomorrow morning.
Yeah. Brian
Gerald Wolf is the man. I hope you get him back in the
late model.
Look, we're gonna put a late model together for me and Gerald to goof off with. But as far as racing goes, that's probably not going to happen. I mean, if he wants to, by all means, I'm not going to rain on this parade. But more than likely, it'll just be for test purposes only. I've never drove one before. Now I've had a pile of them. So I'm buying me one for personal use. But I won't even be racing it. I'll just prep the track and do my thing.
Gotcha. Lauren Yoder, he's the sponsor of the show here. He said that he's starting to GoFundMe to pay Oak Level.
Thank God.
Dang, bro. I can't even respond to that. You don't even know what keeping at Oak Level means, apparently.
Asphalt's for racing, baby.
But Lauren, listen, I do need to get with you. I would like to have a discussion with you about maybe doing some sponsorship there. And then maybe, I mean, I don't know. I heard your meat was hard to beat.
Can't beat that meat, man. I'm telling you.
Lord of mercy. All right.
Well, come on, man. There's
I
got to
think
be more
we've
folks
done
out there.
ruined the internet tonight with our two.
No.
Look
should we tell them what else we got going on, Langley?
Maybe you should tell me. I'm not real sure.
Every time you ask him something, you got to wait 10 minutes for his internet to kick him to respond.
I mean, you live in Floyd.
My internet's struggling.
I figured you'd have more than 150 megapixels per second.
I don't know what went on with my internet here. I think Kim's down there, doing something. I'm not really sure. So,
OnlyFans. I'm telling you, I'm pretty excited about that. She's going to kill me.
Yeah, she is going to kill you. She is going to kill you.
Oh, goodness gracious. Let's hear it.
All right. Listen, we're up on our 2 hours here. We got to get out of here. I've been on here too long. My internet's trying to kick off.
Steven says that I'm just getting started. Let me finish.
I'm not sure my internet's going to allow that. Okay.
Do you remember the old AOL days when you would buy like minutes? Are you out of minutes?
Yeah, I need to buy some more minutes. Okay.
He's a cheap ass. He didn't pay for the unlimited plan.
I do want to say something.
I don't know what happened.
I want everybody to hear what I have to say. Thank you all for the support. It means more to me than you'll ever know. Even when we had a little bit of dark times there, your guys' personal messages there on Facebook and just your comments and things. Thank you. I love you all. Please hear me say, when I tell you to get up and do something good for somebody, it really feels good when you guys compliment the work that we're doing and have something positive to say. Pass that on to other people, because there's a lot of folks out there that would feed and thrive off of that, as I have. I used to tell everybody, and I'll keep telling everybody, you guys are the reason why I'm doing this. Hearing all the stories about the good old days of Oak Level, reading the comments, negative or bad. I love the ones that talk about, well, you know, why is he still doing this if the track isn't going to open? Well, let's just be honest, y'all. Y'all really think I'd still be doing this if this track wasn't going to open? Come on now. So that answers that question. Let's just keep it 100. Let's keep it Oak Level. But thank you for all your kind words, all your support. It means the world to me. It really does.
All right, appreciate you. My internet, so it only went bad after you on here. So,
well, I mean, I'm getting 10, 15, 20,000 views, dog. So, I mean, this thing's probably blowing up, bro.
That's probably what's happening.
I mean, other than Jimmy Mullins, I mean, I'm probably the next famous person in Henry County.
Man, appreciate you, bud.
Yeah.
You are that. You are that.
Look, he answered it 10 minutes later.
What is it?
All right, man. Have a good night. Lord of mercy.
Langley, your internet sucks ass, dude.
Oh, my God. Lord of mercy. Oh, my God.
I'm going to just say bing bong now,
so
when you sign off in 5 minutes, it'll be there.
All right. I'm out of here. Episode 75, another train wreck. We're gone. See ya.
Wes Givens is bum.